SoundOff, Louisiana's premier television sports talk show, is on deck from the Caesars Sportsbook at Horseshoe Lake Charles. The three wise guys are mic'd up and ready. SoundOff begins now.
Enzo gave us his best shot. I believe we weathered his misery fairly good, guys.
We did.
The area did.
Short sleeve?
Yeah, that's a football player there for you.
I'm used to this kind of weather. I love it. I love it.
Welcome to the program coming in from
for
Caesars Sportsbook, Horseshoe Lake Charles. What a crazy week.
It has been.
Record-breaking cold,
Oh,
record-breaking snowfall. What else? What
Look.
else? I mean, come on.
Guys, let me tell you something.
I mean,
the best
geez,
feeling
give
I
us
had.
I'm ready for it to thaw out. July
best-
looks a lot better.
The best feeling I had, Rick and Scooter, was sitting in the window with my grandbaby watching the snow fall. She's never had a chance to see snow.
That and the snowman. Very impressive, young man. Very impressive
A
indeed.
little weak effort.
Thawing out. He's looking a little tipsy and drunk.
I got a column for Friday. Kind of.
Oh, my
Lake
goodness.
Charles,
Come
we
on,
got to
dog.
work on our snowman.
Yeah,
game.
the snowman.
We do,
indeed.
we do,
Great
we
show
do.
tonight. Boy, we got a lot to cover. Will
I
Wade's
learned a lot.
Cowboys keep steamrolling the Southland Conference. They're up to 9 straight in the conference. We'll dial in on the NFL Conference Championship games. We got a guy with some local interest from around here playing in that Conference Championship.
Man.
Very, very special guest will join us in the fourth chair. It's been years. Former McNeese coach
Longtime
Lance
friend.
Guidry will be with us. Get ready for
We have
some
Cuz
fire and
on. Cuz
brimstone
going to be on with us today.
from the Crazy Cajun
Lance
from Wells.
normally does not hold back.
He will
No,
not
he
hold
doesn't.
back.
No,
That's
he
going to be
won't.
some fun
He
on
won't.
tonight's show. All right, Saints head coach Dennis Allen is back where he needs to be as defensive coordinator under Ben Johnson with the Chicago Bears.
Do you believe me now?
What?
Do you believe me now when I said
What?
Dennis Allen was
No matter
We
not?
all
what
agreed
happens,
with
it's
that.
all-
We all said
But I
that.
said that. No, you didn't. You did not. You did not.
Okay.
Maybe
We
Scooter.
all said he
Maybe
was a
no.
good
Maybe Scooter a little bit.
defensive
I said,
coordinator.
Rick, he's not a head
I'll-
coach.
He's now
Oh,
where he belongs.
you were the lone voice.
As always, I'm always
you-
right.
hey.
You know, I'm always right.
There's some reports that Ben Johnson, the young stud now in Chicago, might try to get Darren Rizzi up on his staff. Hopefully,
Well-
Rizzi can hang around the Wallets.
Rizzi into play with the Saints?
I don't know. Let's go with that. All right, so Ben Johnson now with Chicago. Aaron
Yeah.
Glenn, remember what you said?
I
Oh,
did.
he's
I
the
did.
Saints head coach.
I thought that was going to be the
now with
perfect
the New
fit.
York Jets.
Yeah,
Well, Rick-
hey, is that not bad news for the Saints? I mean,
That
whether
is.
they really wanted Glenn or not, or whether
It's
they
in the
really
AFC.
needed him. What?
Go ahead.
Make me be
Name
right,
a
Scooter.
more dysfunctional franchise
Oh.
than
Oh.
the Jets.
Oh, well.
And he takes the Jets over the Saints?
Got a good roster,
look,
though. It's
look,
got a good roster.
Look,
All
they've
right.
got
But-
some people.
but-
Yeah, it's got a good roster.
He's got
The
he's got a
ownership's a
quarterback.
little wonky.
He's got a quarterback the Saints don't have.
Let's not go there. All right, so
Okay.
it's still in
Thought
play.
you would
It's
say
still
that.
in play.
I thought-
Mike McCarthy still in play.
Look.
Joe Brady still in play. Cliff Kingsbury and my guy Brian Flores. Nobody's hiring John
Flores,
Gruden,
no,
which
no,
is beyond
no.
my scope.
I
of
told you that.
comprehension.
Too
It's
much
just beyond
drama
me.
behind him, Rick. I've told you that several
He's a
times.
Super Bowl
He's
winning
too much.
coach,
Yes,
as
he
is
is.
Pete Carroll.
But he's got too much drama behind him.
Holy
Look,
smokes.
McCarthy, are y'all really seriously thinking that the Saints would even consider McCarthy?
Yes, I
no.
do. Yes.
No way on this green earth.
I didn't say he's getting a job.
No way on this green earth.
Well, I don't know.
McCarthy is not a fit for the Saints. Look at the Saints
Alpha,
environment.
alpha. Put a guy that will command the locker room, the podium, and their
He
office.
lost Dallas locker room, Rick.
Dude,
Parson-
he won 10
Parson-
to 12
Oh,
games
that's a bunch
every
of
year for
prima
like 5
donnas.
years.
Easy to
Minus
lose
one.
that locker.
What player goes on his podcast and
Oh,
says
he's a knucklehead.
he's not the coach for us because
Micah
he doesn't
Parsons
know
is a
how to
knucklehead.
play his
Knucklehead.
players?
He's
a
Whatever.
knuckle- Let's
Parsons
move
Garland's
on.
one
All
of the best linebackers in the league.
NFL Conference Championships
Really, Scooter?
this weekend.
Wow.
Jaden Daniels.
Say it again.
Could be.
Say it again.
Could be, if he wins,
Say it again.
the first NFL rookie
Say it
quarterback
again.
to start in a Super Bowl.
Say it again, Rick.
Jaden Daniels.
Say it again.
He's unbelievable. He's taken the Commanders.
Let me-
who split
let
with
me
the
say
Eagles.
this.
They split with the
And
Eagles.
I'm going to ask Newspaper Boy, if Jaden Daniels goes to the Super Bowl, we don't have to win. Will he go down as LSU's best quarterback ever?
He's connecting dots that I don't know are there.
Think
I
about
don't
what
know
I'm just
he's
saying,
going-
guys.
I don't know where he's
Think
going.
about-
Doesn't change
what I'm
anything.
saying.
He won the Heisman.
Yeah.
But think about what I'm saying, though, guys.
Well,
Will
it's
he
him
go
and
down?
Burrow.
If he wins the Super Bowl, is there a question then?
What's the connection between the Super Bowl and LSU?
But I thought you
It's
said you got to have
pro-collegiate.
that. You got to have that behind you. You got to have that behind your name to put you the best.
Well,
I thought that's what.
Just to play devil's
wait.
advocate here.
How do you get to the Pro Bowl?
Hey, can
Hall
I
of
get a
Fame?
word
Let him
in?
get a word in.
You got to win a Super Bowl.
How about winning a national championship at LSU?
Got
We're
something.
talking about LSU.
I got something for you.
All right.
You give Jaden Daniels, Joe Burrow's
now
defense.
Now you play.
We win too.
Yeah,
We
no,
win
no.
too. Come on, guys. Y'all got to look at it for what it is now.
Well,
What
no
quarterback
question.
you know in LSU history has put up 40 points in almost every dang game? His senior year. His last year.
Well, Joe Burrow did.
Joe Burrow.
I don't know if he put up that.
Joe Burrow.
Jay-
I'm not arguing.
Daniels.
I
Jay-
mean,
it's
that's
that- come
like
on, guys.
arguing
It's that-
over,
all
you know, which is your favorite daughter.
Oh, why you had to go there? Why you had to go there?
went there.
Why you had to go there,
He
boy?
went there.
God,
He really
and I know my daughters are watching. I love both of y'all.
Holy smokes.
Which one more?
Uncle Scooter.
Well, that's to
always
me,
has to mess it up.
That's
Holy
the
Scooter.
Burroughs Daniels argument for LSU.
He got personal with you, man. All right, let's move on. All
Uncle
right.
Scooter, boy, and they love Scooter
Washington
too.
and Philadelphia.
I love
split.
it.
Oh, now he's crawfishing. Look, this is going to be a great game.
It is, Rick, it
What
is.
is it?
Wow.
Like 2:30 on Sunday in
Wow.
Philadelphia. They split during the regular season. Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, the defensive line, and for Philadelphia. And can anybody stop Saquon Barkley?
That's my problem,
many.
Rick. That's the
Not
problem right there,
many.
Rick.
Okay.
That's
Jaden
the
Daniels
problem.
can do all his
Jaden, man,
magic.
hats off to Jaden, man. Wow.
I don't know. All right,
wow.
5:30 Sunday kickoff on CBS Lake Charles.
Does
What?
Jaden Daniels fall asleep on the
know.
sideline,
Scooter.
though?
Seriously?
I mean, but it's cool.
He's so cool. He's like got his little beanie
Ice.
on his little
He
head.
doesn't
Ice.
look disinterested.
Ice
know,
through
He
the
looks
veins.
confidently bored.
Ice through the veins.
Wow.
Great rookie quarterback.
Wow.
5:30 kickoff right here on CBS Lake Charles in Kansas City. What is
Yeah.
this? Chapter 4, Chiefs and Bills. Gentlemen, Kansas City looking for a third unprecedented Super Bowl
Rick,
win.
if they beat the
I
Bills,
love storylines, but I want Buffalo and
look,
does?
everybody
Josh
does.
Allen to
Everybody
go to the
does. Josh
Super
Allen
Bowl.
them deserve it, man. Come on, Josh. I love this dude,
Of course,
man.
you
But
know,
look, the thing
a
about
great
it,
storyline
the thing
for the
about it
Chiefs.
with this, guys, and I'm gonna tell y'all, you and Scooter both. If the Chiefs beat the Bills, they're gonna
Again.
win the Super Bowl. I'm telling you, they're gonna win the Super
why the
Bowl.
hate for the Chiefs?
Pardon?
I'm not a big.
No,
I don't
I'm not
care
hate
what
'em.
way. No, but the country does.
A lot, dude. It's that old,
Well,
you know,
because
you're on the
you go,
mountaintop.
because you go all the time, and you
Yeah.
that's the whole thing.
Because if
That's the
we
whole
know Buffalo's history, if they do get in the Super Bowl,
Don't
they're
say
going
it.
to lay an
Don't
egg.
say it.
They're going to lay an
It's
egg.
a different Buffalo team. It's a different
well, how
Buffalo
many times
team.
have we heard that?
I know.
Leonard Smith from McNeese went what 3 times? They
A
lost
couple,
all.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody knows
Wow.
that history. This is going to be
Wow.
a great game. The key is Josh Allen has minimized turnovers this year. He went
has.
12
He has,
games
Rick.
with
He
no
has.
turnovers this year.
He has.
With Joe Brady as the OC. So anyway, look,
Wow.
Kansas City with their weapons are back. Travis Kelce, don't let
It's going to
him
be a
run
game.
around free.
You can't let it.
willy-nilly.
You cannot let him run around free.
Good God. I wish we had more time because it's going to be a great
It
game.
will be.
5:30 kickoff right here on CBS Lake Charles. Coming up next, former McNeese coach Lance Guidry. We're going to have some fun. Stay right here.
It is both. It is both. It is both. It is both. It's both. Hey, thanks for the backup.
What's bugging you?
Is it roaches? They're the first pest you think of for indoor bugs and a health threat. At J&J, we offer weapons to eliminate and prevent infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
We like to tell you there's dining options here at Horseshoe Lake Charles Casual with Bruce Brothers. Great menu, great service, great prices.
food.
And of course, if you want to go upper crust, you know what that is, the fury of flavor. I always like to say that.
It
It's
is.
Gordon Ramsay Steakhouse, the best steaks in the whole state
We
of
got to get him on the show,
Louisiana.
though. We have to get
The
him on
celebrity himself,
let's
Gordon
get one of
Ramsay.
his
I don't know if
steaks
he'll
on.
beat celebrityism. Is
We
there
have
a
to get
word
him on
like
the
that?
show.
Then our
Well,
special
it is.
guest in the fourth chair. Does he?
Our
Can
good
Gordon
friend, too.
Ramsay
Our
stay
good
up with
friend.
Lance Guidry? I think not.
Our good friend,
He might
man.
beat you in the
Wow.
kitchen.
Can you
though.
cook?
Lance can cook. Lance can cook.
Former McNeese head coach, Miami
He's Cajun,
defensive
he can
coordinator. That would be Lance Guidry joining us after a whole lot of time. You're looking great, man. You are looking great.
Good to be here. Fought through the snow to get here.
In the middle of Snowmageddon, he's coming in here to do SoundOff with us. All right, you know what? We shoot him straight. We shoot straight from the hip. Former Miami defensive coordinator Lance Guidry. That's the business of coaching, right? When the news came out that Mario Cristobal decided to part ways, I think he said it first, scapegoat.
Yeah.
You agree? After only 2 years?
You know, it's just the nature of the business, you know, and social media runs a lot of thoughts by people. And
Do you think social media is that important to it?
Well,
I mean, because everybody reads everything. I get that. But you know, so, oh, he's on the hot seat. You read this, you read.
Yeah.
But to the people that matter, do they react to that, you think?
It depends who the people that matter. It depends if they really understand what's going on in the building and know what needs to be done, or they're going to listen to the outside sources and maybe think that their job may be in jeopardy. So you got to protect yourself. You got to protect your program. So, you know, you got to respect the guy that's in charge. So I'm in good shape.
So what kind of guy is Cristobal?
First of all, he's a caring person. He is. He's a good person. He works very hard at recruiting, kind of lets you do your job. And I had a great time there. I really did. We had some good defenses. We had a good defense the year before. Last year, we kind of fell off a little bit. Really, in the secondary, we didn't have enough people. And it's just the nature of it. You know, we had a chance to make a run there. We had a great quarterback, but you know, the rest of the team wasn't so, say, to that caliber. I mean, Cam was on a whole different level.
He was.
I thought he was the best player in college football.
Well, he's projected to
I
be
saw it
the
every
top
day.
pick in the NFL draft.
I saw it every day.
Well,
and
as long as we're shooting straight from the hip, there's kind of some controversy, I guess, in that bowl game where he didn't opt out until halftime.
Well, we were lucky he played.
At all.
I get that.
At
I
all.
get that.
We
Did y'all know going into the game it was you had to get everything in the first half?
We're really first quarter.
Yeah.
Like, we knew that he would play up to some point, but I didn't think he would make it to half. But we were lucky he played it all. I mean, if I was a top 5 pick, I wouldn't have played in that game.
My job's done, Lance.
It really is. I mean, you're talking about
Man,
a guy
my
that started
job's
at
done.
Incarnate Word, who worked his way up to Washington State, declared for the draft, and then probably wasn't going to get drafted high enough, went back into college football, came to us, and then just took the nation by storm.
No doubt.
You know, and they convinced him into playing. But if I'm him, I probably don't play in the game. That's just my opinion. But
That's a business decision,
It's a
Lance.
business decision. But
I don't know. I guess Rick and I are the age. My idol growing up was Archie Manning, who was going to be a top 3 pick at worst in the draft. Ended up the number 2 pick. Played his last 2 college games, including a meaningless bowl in a cast
days are
as
over,
big as a
Scooter.
Volkswagen.
Scooter, those days are over, Scooter. Those
I'm with
days
you,
are
Scooter,
over.
but
I
anyway.
think there's a lot of things
Those
in play.
days over.
Where does a kid come from? What's his home like? Not saying that he needed the money, but we're just in a different time right now. You're talking about a generational wealth that this kid's going to make. Whereas back in the day, Archie Manning wasn't going to get paid as much as Cam Ward's going to get paid.
Not at all. Not at all. And
I mean,
totally
Peyton
agree.
and his son has made a lot more money than Archie has.
Oh,
And,
sure.
you know, Lance, the thing that gets
Archie
me.
didn't do bad.
No,
he
I'm
didn't.
not saying.
No, not at all. Lance, you know, you and I can always talk X's and O's, man. Now, and I know we talk a lot about it. We go some years back when Kelly first got to LSU. He let some people go. One of the guys that we both know well was Corey Raymond. He let Corey go. Now, do you think there
Brought him
comes a
back.
point to where people don't look enough into what you guys do as defensive coaches and secondary coaches to have the people you need back there, man, to be the last line of defense when those guys have to be good, Lance?
Yeah.
And they've got to invest more in those guys, man, if you want to be able to be a contending team anywhere in the country, Lance.
Yeah. Well, I think there's 3 positions that are most important on the football field. Number 1's quarterback.
Yes.
To me, the next one is a corner.
Thank you.
Then the left tackle.
I got somebody
Because
who
does
sees
not,
things
it does
like
not
me.
matter
Wow.
what the whole other 21 people do on the field.
That one guy
the
can
quarterback
embarrass you.
gets the ball, He sets his feet and he throws it up to a wide out, and ain't nobody else on defense can help that corner.
That's it, Lance.
It is one-on-one.
Lance, we were out there by ourselves, man.
You're right.
We're out there by ourselves.
Yeah.
I've been telling you to screw that for how many years?
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
We bow to you. Former McNeese head coach and former Miami defensive coordinator, that would be the Hurricanes, Lance Guidry, has joined us here at Caesars Sportsbook, Horseshoe Lake Charles. Your first crack at Power 4 down in Miami, couple years. We won't go into all the particulars. Yes, you had great defenses first year, good defense. The last three, you lost the team lost the last 3 of the 4, Miami out of the playoffs. I mean, I could go through the list. McNeese, Marshall, Miami, Ohio, Western Kentucky. What makes you most proud? What spot where you had the most pride?
Oh, man, that's
Got to
tough.
get them all in there? Miami
Yeah,
of Ohio,
you know,
Western Kentucky, even McNeese.
My alma mater, McNeese, probably my first year as a defense coordinator at McNeese. We played for the national championship.
Yep.
I was no way near the coach I am today. I was then. I was inexperienced. I learned from Scott Stoker. I kind of did what he did. But we made a run, and we had a great group. That was, but there's been some big games. Us going to South Florida, beating South Florida.
Yeah.
I was at Marshall. We went into Notre Dame and beat Notre Dame at their place.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Miami, we beat Clemson at home. We beat Texas A&M. Last year we went to Florida, and Florida was supposed to beat us. So there's so many big games in it, but I'm
That's
just
true.
a small town boy from Welsh, Louisiana.
That's it, man.
With
Great
a dream.
success.
Did good.
Great success.
Did good.
How close over the last few years have you kept up with McNeese?
4 coaches since you left, sir. One of them being your buddy now, Matt Viator, back.
Yeah.
Not really. Kind of moved on. I would always look in the box score.
Yeah.
And at first, like anything, when you leave, you kind of, you're mad,
Yeah.
But it's still my home.
Yeah.
In my office, everywhere I've been, there's been 2 helmets that travel with me: Welsh Greyhound and a McNeese helmet. And in my office, because you can't take that away from me.
You can't.
Just because I'm not employed there doesn't mean I'm not a McNeese Cowboy.
Yeah.
But Matt coming back, it's kind of like a part of me is back.
Yeah.
So I went in the building the first week. I'm able to walk around there, and it's like they brought a family member back home.
Yeah.
And that means a lot.
Blue blood.
Yeah, blue blood.
it does.
So,
Hang on to that thought. When we come
Yes, sir.
back, we'll talk to you a little bit about V and McNeese and the state of college football. We got Lance Guidry in the 4th chair. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
What's bugging you?
Is it ants? They're crazy, tiny, irritating pests outside trying to get in. At J&J, we offer weapons to locate, eliminate, and prevent their entering your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.
It is both. It is both. It is both. It is both. It's both. Hey, thanks for the backup.
Welcome back to Caesars Sportsbook, Horseshoe Lake Charles, continuing our conversation with an old friend who's finally back with us. That would be Lance Guidry, former McNeese head coach, former Miami Hurricane defensive coordinator, and the list goes on and on.
Yes.
You're here. You're going to be flying out. We shoot straight. You got a job? You're going to be employed in the next week or two? Where is it?
I have some offers.
Notre Dame, I think, has an opening.
I have some offers being picky,
I think it's going to be okay.
I can be picky.
You're going to share? Can you share? No. I guess you can't.
No,
when
he can't.
When you're looking for a job because you need to get the next paycheck,
Yeah.
it's hard to find a job.
Right.
Yeah.
But when you got a contract, you can be a little bit more selective. So
Yes,
I'm
you
being
can.
selective.
Yeah.
Can we share that Miami is still paying you?
I'm under contract.
Yeah,
You're
he's under
so-
contract,
okay,
yeah.
but I'm looking
Yeah.
for a job. So
Yeah.
You're in good shape. All right.
Yeah.
Let me throw this at you. Matt Viator, your bud comes
Yes.
back. Great hire. All right,
Yeah.
that whole thing. If Lance Guidry wanted to just kind of lay low
yeah.
for a year, would you have entertained and taken a call from Coach V and said, hey, maybe a little analyst job, maybe this, a little that?
Coach Viator, good friend of mine, great football coach, and he's gonna get this program back the way he needs to get it back. So
Yeah.
he's going to make hires that he thinks is best, and he's not going to offer me anything if I'm not interested. And I've been up there several times. We haven't talked about a job. I just want McNeese to get back to what it was, and competing for Southland
Yeah.
Conference championships. And I think they hired the right guy. And if it gets to the fall and, I don't have anything or something maybe I don't want to entertain, it might be something I look into. Or if I just show up and go to some games and be a fan. For once.
That's all right.
That's good enough.
Yes, sir.
Well, what, you think they've got the right guy in there? I think we all do, in Matt. What is the biggest thing McNeese needs beyond that right now?
Well, the landscape has changed so much, with college football. Use the portal, the NIL. So one thing that's going to help in a way is there's some kids getting left out. There's some G5 players that would get G5 that's not getting it because there's portal things going on, so not as many kids are getting signed, which some players could fall into Coach Viator and McNeese's lap, FCS.
Right.
The problem is when you get them there, you got to know that they're in a year or two, you could lose them because just like a coach.
That's it.
You get a chance to double your paycheck and make things better for your home. I mean, it is a business, and college football is a business right now.
It is.
Well, with the FCS these days and this portal, we know the Power 5 schools, the Miamis, Alabamas, LSUs, they're looking to get better. What they lose probably doesn't hurt them. This guy's, most of what LSU has lost, the guy's not playing anyway. FCS, you're more worried about who's coming to poach your guys,
That's correct.
right?
Yes, sir.
You good ones.
And you have some of these guys that are, you've got these agents that are reaching out to these players, and they're putting it out there. Hey, I got this kid at Northwestern State. He's a 2-time starter. He's a all Southland Conference guy. He's got this many tackles or this many interceptions or this many yards, and goes to the G5 guys. Are y'all interested? And it's just a guy coming from off the street. So you look up the guy and like, okay, is he good? Everybody can see a kid that's played through PFF. So I can watch any game of any kid that's played anywhere, and I mean, it's just
Let me jump
it's
in.
a purchase.
After me.
Cam Ward was that incarnate word,
Yeah.
and you see how he literally won God.
But it's about a coach, Rick. It's
about the quarterback.
But it's
and
the
he
coaching,
said it.
Rick.
He's the best quarterback
It's
college
the
player
coaching,
in the country.
Rick.
Cam. It's about the quarterback. I'm sorry, you said it's the most important position on the field.
But Rick, he was that
Look what he
incarnate
did.
word, but he
Let
wasn't
him-
that
let
type
him
of
answer.
player. It's the coaching.
Hush. Lance,
Yes, sir.
everybody says from Nick Saban on down, this is not sustainable between the portal and the money, NIL. That it needs guardrails.
Yeah.
If you could put one guardrail up, what would it be?
Well, I think that everybody needs to be playing with the same amount of money.
Yes.
Meaning there has to be a ceiling
Has to be.
where this is the max amount that you can
salary
spend.
cap.
A salary cap. And what that is, it doesn't I'm not there to say how much a kid should make because when a kid gets drafted out of high school in baseball, nobody says anything about how much he's making. Oh, a kid that young shouldn't get that kind of money.
Good point.
What's changed is who's getting that money now, what that kid looks like, what that family looks like.
Good point.
And that's why there do have people with problems. I don't care how much a kid makes, but everybody has to be dealing with the same amount of monies or the opportunity of the same amount of monies. Ohio State having 24 million compared to somebody else that has 8 to 10 million, it's not a level playing field.
That's not at all.
So I think if the portal has a lot to do with it. And I think if they would go back to the old system with the portal where you graduate from college first.
I always agreed
And
with
then
that.
They ain't gonna want
be able
that.
to go,
They're not gonna want that.
because what's happening is people are
They not gonna want
poaching
that.
other people in the portal. So you cannot regulate your team, how many kids you're going to have coming and going every year. Whereas if you set it up, you know who's graduating, whose years of eligibility has ran out, then you know who's graduating from your team in school, you can kind of predict what the turnover on your team would be then.
Exactly.
Good
You
point.
know.
You going to jump in?
I do. Lance, you know you and I always like to talk
Quick.
defensive backs and defense. These two have no idea when I come on the show and say, you just got to have them dogs. Explain to them what that is on defense, Lance, when I say, if you ain't got no dogs, you ain't got no defense.
Well, and
they don't understand what that means, Lance.
In order to win it all,
Listen to what he's saying.
in
now.
order to win it all, you do have to have defense, and you've got to have secondary guys. You got to have complete defense, of course. You got to have guys that can rush the passer.
Yeah.
But it does start with the quarterback. You have to have a quarterback that's going to fit your team. You know, and when LSU has won the national championship, it wasn't always the most spectacular quarterback, but he fit the personnel around. Other than Burrow, I thought Burrow was incredible. But the other two they had won, they was just managers of the game.
They were.
But there was so much talent around them, and they needed a manager. But you look across most of the time, that was LSU's
In fact, the first
best defenses.
championship,
Yes.
Matt Ball played awful in that game.
Yeah.
They won that game.
But you had great defenses. You had great secondary play. I think the one with Burrow, the offense was so dang good. The defense wasn't bad, but it wasn't the defense of the other 2 or 3 national teams.
That defense was actually pretty average during most of the regular season. Now, late in the year, that defense,
got better.
particularly the offenses they played against, that defense played
Our final
good.
30 seconds with former Miami defensive coordinator Lance Guidry, who's so kind to join us here in Snowmageddon. Last 25 seconds, you know a lot of people in the NFL. Saban talks a lot about the difference of college and pro. You know what how his track would. Would you ever consider a jump to the NFL?
I'd take a position job in the NFL.
Easy.
You know, you always want to coach at the highest level. You know, Adams there, Henry, Kerry Joseph's there. You know, Adams making a run right now and the championship game. You know,
with the
gets
Bills.
past this one, so
you're right.
always I would entertain that, but I think I am suited more for the college game.
Real quick, I know we're running over. With all this NIL and stuff coaches have to deal with now, do you think there'll be more college coaches looking to toss all that and move up?
Yes, sir. It's more and more people. If we don't get a handle on being able to regulate your team who's coming in and out, you're going to lose more and more college coaches.
You will.
Good luck on your travels.
Always,
Good luck
Lance.
talking to all the people you're going to talk
Appreciate
to.
it.
Stay in touch.
Thanks.
We'll have you back anytime.
Yes, sir.
That's Lance Guidry. We're up against the clock. We'll see you in a bit. Stay right here.
Coors Banquet, the same brewing tradition since 1873. When you're the favorite beer of rock stars and cowboys, you don't compromise. That's our legacy. What do you want to go down in history for? Start your legacy. Coors Banquet.
What's bugging you?
Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
J&J has protected Louisiana homes and businesses for over 60 years.
Call him today, make the pests go away. J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Comes as advertised. Lance Guidry, always a
Always,
great guest.
man.
Love having him here. We'll talk more
Always
about
good to
what
have
he
Lance.
talked about next week because we can recap it a lot. McNeese basketball running through the Southland Conference. The last win was 20 points over Stephen F. The Jacks fire their head basketball coach,
That makes
Kyle
no
Keller.
sense. I mean, it's a good coach.
It is 9 years at
Well,
the
he's
helm.
gone.
And
Wade ended up getting the man fired.
And he's gone. Anyway, but McNeese, Joe Charles had that twisted ankle. He missed one game. Look what Christian Shoemate did. Double-double.
Double.
So there's the depth.
Yeah.
They got a big road
They
swing
do.
coming up.
They do.
Indeed,
They
a
do.
big road swing.
No doubt about that, Rick.
All right, women's basketball, number 5, unbeaten LSU.
My Tigers
Kim
still
Mulkey,
undefeated, man.
0-4 against Dawn Staley in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Coming up Friday afternoon. Big one.
Well,
That's
it's
a
a
big
big rivalry now
It
in
is.
the SEC. But LSU, to make that a rivalry, LSU's got to beat them.
They
They
do.
do.
I
She's
know they
0-4.
won a national championship.
Yeah, they do, Scooter. I'm with you on that,
But they got to
Scooter.
beat South Carolina at some point.
Y'all want to talk about LSU men's basketball yet?
No, I do not.
We're out of
No,
time. We got to go.
The SEC is a killer.
Holy
in
smokes.
basketball.
Next
It's a
week we're going to
gauntlet,
talk
man.
SEC
It is,
basketball
Rick.
because you're right, 6 or 7 teams. Guidry, Hobbs,
Always.
and Cerro, many thanks for Lance Guidry. If you missed it, check out the show on YouTube. We'll see you next time.